welcome to Jason's Vlog update September 17th to the 24th of 2007. So this was a pretty interesting week. A lot happened, a lot to report on. For one thing, on last Monday after I did my last vlog, I was really nervous and did a kind of bad job at work. As far as I'm concerned, I think it was because I was under threat of being observed, which is always sad, by my boss. But luckily, nothing happened, and he didn't actually observe me on that day. He observed me 2 days later, which was marginally better. But along those lines, yeah, school was okay. I was quite happy to be done with it, but I was also quite nervous for the next day to happen. Friday to happen, because we had that day off. We actually get Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday off, being in Monday right now. And that's for something called Chuseok, which is the harvest festival of Korea, and they're very big on it. It's kind of like Thanksgiving, I guess you could say, but for Korea. And they gave us gifts. I got Spam. That's right, a whole box of Spam. Now, you may be wondering, what could they possibly put inside that Spam box? Well, I'll show you. They put Spam. And just so you know how much Spam there is, 12 nice big cans of Spam. I can eat Spam whenever I want to. I think this will be my Spam fill for the entire year. Anyway, and that was a pretty auspicious sign to go into Friday with, which is, of course, well, actually, before I get to that, I'm just going to say real quick, luckily before Friday, I did something kind of smart. I downloaded a bunch of podcasts. I've downloaded Plato's Republic. I've downloaded a Latin program. A couple Latin ones, actually. One with just stories, one with lessons, which is actually really good. I'd recommend it if you want to learn Latin. It's very comprehensive for English speakers. I downloaded Arabic. I've downloaded the history of the Byzantine Empire, one on Napoleon, one on the history of Rome, although that's not very far yet, but it's pretty good. I did one on world religions, and so on. So I've done a bunch, and they're all pretty cool. And of course, you may be wondering, why am I wearing sunglasses? Is it because I bought sunglasses this week? Well, I did, and I bought them several hours after I got my LASIK surgery, L-E-S-E-K, which is different than LASIK, L-A-S-I-K, where they cut more superficially into your cornea and use the lasers there, but it takes longer to heal, and I think it heals better, but you don't have as good a vision right away, and you're a lot more sensitive to light. I certainly am, and that's why I can't even really have them off for this. As you can imagine, looking at a computer screen is somewhat difficult for me. And that was pretty hard. So I did that on Friday, where Kyung Ah, one of the Korean teachers, helped me out, and that was very sweet of her. I was very grateful that she was there. And she drove me home and all that stuff. Luckily, the staff spoke pretty good English. In Korea, they're pretty big about just all sorts of things like that. I'm kind of wondering if they studied up because I was coming in, because I noticed a marginal improvement, well, not marginal, but an improvement in the English of the staff since when I went to go get my stuff checked out the week before and on Friday itself. And I have to go back on Thursday to get my contacts out. Taking medicines and stuff like that all the while. So that's pretty cool. And it's actually pretty cheap. It was only about $1,600 for medicine and everything, which is actually less than I even expected. So I was happy about that. Okay, so on Friday I got back, went to sleep, went and bought these glasses, which I was looking for polarized lenses. That was a pretty fun time trying to get them. I ended up drawing a picture of the world, but I don't think the guy understood what I was trying to get at with arrows pointing out of it. thought I was trying to tell them I'm from the U.S. And then I finally just took two glasses lens and just put them together and said, "You can't see any light." And he understood. Oh, polarized. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. It's always how it goes. Anyway, and then on Saturday, Amber came by. She brought some ice cream. She kind of played nursemaid to me, and it was kind of a hard day. Well, because at first I had to go and get my eyes checked, so I had to go and through the whole like long bus line and stuff to get to the doctor's office. And then when I finally got back, which took a while, she came by, and in the meantime, I had been doing some audio essays. One on the start of the secular monastery, which is pretty big for me, and the other on my tattoos, which are also important to me. Anyway, and so finally she came by, and we went and I bought a Lego set with her, which is pretty cool, and I built it today. And check out how awesome it is. Yeah, it's a Mars mission thing, and it does some pretty cool stuff. But that's what you get to see for now. Also, what happened? Oh, yesterday. So she went home, and yesterday it was pretty excruciating for me. It was supposed to be the hardest day, and it definitely has been so far. I stayed in bed all day. I was so sensitive to light, I couldn't look at anything. My eyes would just be in random pain for a while. But eventually, yesterday, Fader passed, and I got through it somehow. I listened to a lot of my iPods or my podcasts and all that. So I learned a lot about Buddhism, Christianity, and Islam. So that was pretty cool. Anyway, and then here I am today. I can do a little bit more. I built this thing and been working on that. So there you go.